Hey, Jacob, they kind of jumped you right off the bat. And what do you think was the reason they got on you early and just stayed on you?
I think we started pretty sluggish on defense. I think we didn't really get back in transition too well. They kind of set a tempo that they like to play at, and we didn't really respond to that too well early on. And from downhill, I think once you allow a team to get comfortable, it's going to be tough, especially the way they've been playing recently. They've been shooting the ball really well. So when you give them comfort early on, it's definitely going to be tough to win a game like that.
Hey, Jacob, it's the second straight game now. You guys have, really struggled to get offense going in the first half. Is there anything to that, whether it's just energy or, 24 points in the first half against St. Louis?
I think St. Louis is a really good defensive team. So that game's kind of in itself. But I think the scheme that St. Joe's had on us defensively was a little different. I think it kind of got us out of our rhythm early on. It made it really tough on us for us to score. We missed a lot of easy ones for sure. We didn't shoot the ball well. I know anytime we're gonna shoot the ball bad, we're gonna struggle to win. But yeah, I just think we didn't get into a good rhythm early on, which made it tough for us.
Hey, did you sense any, like a St. Louis hangover or senior night jitters or anything like that maybe caused it'll be a little sluggish, as you referred to?
I don't think so. I think the circumstances were a little unfortunate for us with Blake going down pretty early and then Grant not playing as much as we had liked him to. So I wouldn't say it was a hangover for sure. It was a game we needed to win and we didn't. That's really what it comes down to.
Jacob, as older guys, how do you now? Can you just describe the importance of just making sure this doesn't set you on a spiral, and how do you guys kind of rebound from this going into what could be the most important part of your season?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting down to it. You know what month it is. It's time to win. I think at the end of the day, it's now or never. So if that message doesn't get through to the team, then I don't know what will.
Anything else for Jacob?
Appreciate it.
Hey, it seems as though you're going to be depending on some support guys at this time with Grant's finger situation and Blake's back. Could you look forward a few days and maybe how the Spiders will approach that?
I think most teams do that. You got to get something out of your bench, no matter what the team is. I think, fortunately, we've had 5 really good starters the past 2 years that have been able to kind of make up for some of our lapses there. But I think Matt gave us some good minutes. Obviously, Andre played well, but Isaiah and Jai played pretty well today too. Just bringing energy off the bench. We got to make sure we can turn that energy into points on the board.
Go ahead, John.
Was Grant available down the stretch, or you just didn't like the matchup with Funk?
Well, it was really different, a little bit of both. I think as much as anything, the matchup with Funk that's a really tall order for us. We talked about coming in. We really needed to, then make Funk guard Grant and make it difficult for him. But I think, a couple of times, a couple of, possessions there, I thought maybe his finger was bothering a little bit. And the fact that it was a hard matchup. I thought Matt was a little bit better matchup on Funk, Matt Grace. And I actually think he did well and helped us and certainly almost got us to overtime.
Hawks kind of jumped early, Chris, and why do you think that was? And they were able to keep control.
Well, we missed so many shots early right around the basket. I thought that was, that's my best, that we missed so many shots early. I don't, I think with the 7-minute timeout, maybe it was like 19-13 or 19-15. So I thought our defense was pretty good. They really tried to fly the ball up the floor, really tried to attack. But I thought our defense was good in terms of, staying with it. They had a lot of long possessions. I think statistically they shoot one of the fastest teams in the country, or the shortest possessions. And I think we really made them go down to the shot clock buzzer a few times. Of course, they made a few of those. But I feel like I feel like we really tried to throw the ball inside and establish ourselves inside. And early, we missed a lot of those shots around the basket.
Hey, lastly, could you give us a prognosis on Blake Francis's condition there?
Yeah, I don't know. I had put him back in, and then he was in pain. And then during halftime, he iced it, and we thought maybe he'd be able to come back out, but it was just a little bit too painful. So I don't know right now. I don't have an update for you right now.
Thank you.
Hey, Chris. On one of the last possessions, about 20 seconds left, you guys are down 2 possessions, and you get the steal on the long pass from the inbound with Jai and Isaiah on the floor. They take it up and seem to kind of rush a shot. Was there any thought there to call a timeout, drop a play, and maybe get some veterans in there?
No, in that situation, I'd rather the floor be spread and us be able to try to attack. It was the way Andre shot it might have seemed like he threw up a shot, but it was a shot, from the semicircle in the lane. So I think that was, I don't know if we could get a better opportunity than that. I think it's always better if you have the court spread and guys scrambling, and then try to use your timeout to set up your pressure defense if possible.
And just, not obviously negative, but I mean, just reflections on the moment, big favorite tonight, chance to secure the double bye at home against a team with locked into their seed. Can you just reflect on not getting the double bye and what this means?
Makes it harder. I think the circumstances of the game, dictated a little bit. St. Joe's is much better with Ryan Daly back. I certainly wish we had done better. I thought we scrapped and clawed. I feel like we missed a couple too many shots that were close. I think they made a lot of shots late in the possession, to their credit, because I think we defended for a solid, 30 seconds, but they were able to make a couple of shots late. So, that's sports. That's why you play, and puts us in a more difficult spot.
Chris, how would you describe your locker room's emotions after the game? Mad, disappointed, angry, deflated, probably a combination of those, but what would be their primary emotion going into Thursday?
Well, I think at the moment, I think deflated. I think, look, playing basketball is really hard, and at this level, and the effort that you have to do to compete is a lot. And so, not being able to accomplish what we wanted to try to accomplish there, that stings. And so I'd say they're deflated and hurt. And that's, that should be our emotion. I think by the time we get them tomorrow and we talk about it, we are start to look forward to the tournament and those kinds of things, we can work toward that. But at the moment, I think, it hurts. And when you put that much effort in, of course it's going to hurt.
Coach, kind of piggybacking off Lane's question there. What's your, you have a veteran group, so it helps. What's your message to make sure this doesn't, spiral into more than it could? I mean, going into a tournament, you guys still have a talented team, and depending on who's healthy, you could make it run as much as anybody. How do you guys, what's your message as a coaching staff, the next 3 days?
Yeah, I think that that's a good point, Mark. I think that it's, tomorrow we'll talk about this game, but not for a long time, and talk about the things that we may have been able to do. And, if there were mistakes that we can clean up, that can help us moving forward. Then we'll focus our attention on our next game and the conference tournament, and talk about, where the game is, who we're playing, what time, start to go into the scouting report. So, again, there's no hiding from the fact that it hurts. And I think that's a really healthy emotion for us, but you have to have that pain generate yourself to give you more energy and effort and concentration in the future. And I'm confident we can do that.
Hey, Chris, that's it for the regular season. On an unprecedented regular season, could you sort of sum it up in a sentence or two, what you guys have been going through since Detroit Mercy got canceled?
Yeah. I mean, we faced a lot of trying times and adversity, and the season's not over yet.
Anything else for Coach? Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.